totally, totally under the wire on this one. You know what though? I think it was worth it.
It was. It was
Honest,
definitely worth
I
it.
didn't even know what it was going to look like, and until I got in there, I didn't even know what I clicked on. I'm just like, click on anything. I don't care what it is. Get in the show. You know what I'm
Get
saying?
get in the show. And with that being said, let's go ahead and have a grand reveal for all of our viewers.
Hey everybody!
Hey guys.
Wow, dude, your teeth.
I know, right?
They're humongous.
Easy to bite you with.
Oh,
Oh man, this is great.
oh,
So
this is wonderful. This is wonderful.
yeah, I think I might wind up just using this camera from here on out.
Okay.
Not this actual filter, but this is awesome.
It is. It is. It's great.
Yep.
I'm enjoying the pencil sketch me and
Yeah.
the abnormally small faced vampire you.
Right. Or if that's a bit much, we can always just switch it to this.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
some
think I
good
like this one
stuff.
even better. Yeah,
That's
this
some
is
good
great stuff.
stuff. That's good. See, I don't even know. Just a second. Um. Oh yeah, there it goes. Now I see what I did. I chose something and I didn't know that I was choosing it. So
Ah,
I
gotcha.
just I click random things
Right.
and then I don't even okay, I don't okay. Um
Oh,
oh
there it is.
oh
Oh my gosh.
whoa. Hey everybody.
It's Chris Gordy.
Hey.
This is like going to be like leading up to our Halloween special
Oh yeah.
next week.
You know
Just trying
what?
out
I
some.
honestly look like the guy from Cloudy with Meatballs.
Yes, that and Ratatouille.
I honestly, or Ratatouille. You know, it's the pointy nose.
Ah, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Hey, well, we're glad everybody could make it here
Yep.
to one of our Halloween specials.
Yes.
So obviously you can tell that I've got Dracula over here, and I'm the cartoon guy from Ratatouille.
Yes. And we're waiting for our third person to pop in here, and I'm pretty sure once she sees what's happening, she's gonna be like, "Oh my God!" and we
Is
pop
she going to
out.
be able to make it though tonight?
I hope she can. And we're talking about Shakina for those who are
We
new to the
are,
show.
folks.
We're hoping that she does make it in to the show because we have a good one. We have a continuation from last week,
We do.
kind of talking about the cancel culture.
We are.
This week we're going to talk about playing stupid games to win stupid prizes. Um,
We're going to try to have some serious conversation
yes,
while we
yeah,
look like this.
that's a great juxtaposition
Mm-hmm.
between the two.
Yeah.
So that and then talking about movies and why in the world do they keep rebooting stuff
Oh, I know, right?
over
So
and
what?
over.
And what was that started that off? If they're redoing Ghostbusters again,
Yeah, they actually started that.
again.
What like I think like 2 years ago, almost a year and a half. But then COVID hit,
Yeah.
and they had to push back the release for that. But
Did
uh,
you know they came out with one like just a few years ago? It
they
was
did.
the and it was an all female cat. I loved it. I thought it was funny.
Okay,
The boy loved it too.
the
We
boy.
enjoyed it, and then what? Well, I mean, and at that time I thought, oh, well, that was nice. They brought back Ghostbusters to a whole new generation.
Right,
Nothing
right.
wrong with that. But then again, we're gonna do it again.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I don't know, but I feel like that. I guess we're talking about it now, right?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so
Yeah,
let's continue.
I guess we're talking about it.
This is happening.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that like the '80s were, in my opinion, like the '80s and the early and like the '70s, like the mid '70s on up to like the late '80s were like
Hmm.
great years for like original movies content. And I think that Hollywood wasn't afraid to put out some money towards some of these new fresh ideas, and they are still holding true today. Like they're
Yeah.
cult classics, and I think it speaks to the truth. I think now that
Hmm.
if Hollywood takes some dares and takes some chances, they might hit some gold mines, because there were way too many gold mines back then, like Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
Jaws, Aliens, like these movies that people are Hollywood is going back to. You know,
Hmm.
they're scared to try something different.
Oh yeah. And what's the? And I'm not going to diss the movie because apparently a lot of people on Facebook say, "Oh no, it was a great movie," and I haven't watched it, so it might be. But Halloween Kills, when they what was it a couple of years ago again? They came out with the Halloween where she came back as well, and
Yeah,
it was this big to do, and I mean I remember even NPR, we're doing interviews with people,
right.
they interviewed Jamie Lee Curtis and what was it like to be in the original and what is it like now to be coming back, and I thought, again, being naive back then as I was, I thought, oh, well, that's fun, they're bringing something back just for the fun of it. Nope, we're doing it again.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even see it, and it's like I didn't even see this latest one, and I know in order for me to watch this one, I have to go back and watch the remake. And I'm just tired of remakes. Like I'm burnt
Yeah.
out, and I'm like, give me something completely new. I mean,
Hmm.
you guys are talking about old classic horror people, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, another one.
Hmm.
Chucky from Child's Play, another one. Like Freddy Krueger. All these people came out during that time, and then I'm like, are you guys don't have any more creative people anymore,
Yeah.
or are you guys just scared of something new?
You know what? I know exactly where some fresh stories are. I know exactly where some fresh stories are. And it's all in these writers and indie films and these new directors and actors that are coming up out of the woodwork
Yep.
even before pandemic, you know.
Yeah.
Um that's where some fresh new stories are.
Yep. Yep. And I'm talking like completely fresh.
Yeah,
Um, and I might as well go ahead and plug us, Jumper Guy, which is going to be
might as
coming out
well. Yeah,
real
that's right.
soon, like in a couple, well, this upcoming Monday. For those who are not getting tickets to go see it on Sunday,
You suck. No, see, it sounds better coming from a cartoon character.
it does.
See, because I can look at this and go, oh, you
Oh,
didn't get a ticket. You suck.
you're horrible.
I actually find, there you go.
Yep.
I find that I'm being more animated with my face
Yes.
so that it actually transfers. Ah, yeah, yeah. You really do have to be. Wait a minute. Okay. Speaking of Jumper Guy,
Yeah.
so last weekend the boy had this. It was a Halloween party thing the city of Evendale does every year,
Yeah.
and I was thinking of going to it, and soon the boy said, "So what are you going to go as?" And I said, I could go as Frank from the upcoming blockbuster short film Jumper Guy.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, yeah. And her thing was, well, yeah, but you'd have to explain that all night. And I said, well, good. I can do that. I can explain that all night. More than happy
Right.
to.
Right. Yeah, guys. So, Jumper Guy is a film that is produced by myself, Chris, and Alicia. So, I mean, so many other people. And this is how I like to look at it. You know, like, yeah, you got producers, you got directors and stuff, but it takes like a whole team.
It
And
does.
for it all to ride on just the director, like this is the director's film, it really doesn't do justification because you got like so many moving parts in there, all the way down to the person who is carrying equipment out of the truck just to be able to get things set up. Like everybody is important. So
Mhm.
I really mean it when I say like this is our film. Like this is not my film or anything like that. This is a joint collaboration, and the people that came together to make this happen are amazing, top-notch people within their roles. And some people wore many hats. Uh,
Yeah.
Chris stepped into the world of special effects. Tell us about that, Chris.
Oh, you mean? Oh, you mean with my blood?
Yes, with your blood.
Well, I used to help out doing like these haunted hay rides every year when we
Yep.
lived in Illinois, and every year it was always how many gallons of blood am I going to go through every year? But this year I found a recipe that when I put it together, um, man, I wish we had that picture of the knife on my hand. Remember
Oh,
that I sent out to you guys? I don't know if you remember that one. So
let me
I made
see.
this recipe and I'd never made it before. And as I was mixing it together, I was like, "Oh crap! This really does look like." I mean, it was the most realistic thing that I personally had ever made.
Yeah,
Well, and I also worked the smoke machine a little bit.
you did. You did. So that was some more practical effects.
Hmm.
We wore many hats to pull this off. It took a number of about I think what 6 days total. Probably a little bit more than that. But as far as like in
Probably
part,
more
not
than
like
that.
6 full days,
Yeah.
but like we had like 4 hours here, 5 hours there. I think the longest night was the last night we filmed. We were there till like 1 in the morning.
Two.
Two. Oh my
Two.
god, it was that was an intense day. That was eight. That was an 8 hour day because we got to the
Yeah.
lot by six.
Yes, we did.
By 6 o'clock, and we didn't leave till 8 hours later.
I
It
know,
didn't feel
right?
like it though.
No,
We were
no,
having
it
fun.
didn't. But and then, man, I tell you what, it was exhausting, but it was a lot of fun. But yes, for those of you that don't know, here in Cincinnati, for our Cincinnati viewers, or even if you're not from the immediate Cincinnati area and you like a cool fright film, come to the Cincinnati Fright Film Fest.
Yep.
You can call up the oh, what theater is that again? Incline. It's at the
Yes.
Incline Theater. It's on the west side of Cincinnati. You can actually look up the west. You can look up the Incline Theater online, and you can call them up and get a ticket. They're only $15 a seat, and it starts at 2 o'clock. And you get to see all these wonderfully done local horror films.
Yeah.
So ours is just one of them.
Yes. No. Ours is the one.
And I promise, we don't look like this.
No.
We don't. We
No.
don't. We don't
Not
look
at
like
all.
that. No.
Not at all.
No.
But you guys are going to be blown away by the character that Chris is playing, Frank. And I guess you can talk about it kind of openly without giving away spoilers. But can you just talk to us a little bit about Frank and what was it like playing Frank? Leading up to playing Frank, like joining the team, us working together.
Oh
Like what was
yeah.
that like?
Um it was, every time I work with somebody new, I there's nerves, I'm always nervous. Um their expectations, and you don't know what they are yet and until you get there.
Right.
Um but playing Frank was every night before I went, I started to get into character with
Yep.
my family here at home. So they got to know Frank really well. Who was really just a he's just a middle aged businessman. He really wouldn't hurt anybody. There is a scene, however, in there where Frank gets into some trouble.
Yeah.
Um, and I thought about that scene that we did the next day, and I remembered something an acting coach once told me a long time ago. He
Mm-hmm.
said, "I want to see you do something where you're vulnerable because you never ever make yourself look vulnerable. You can't. You don't do that." I don't think he said you can't do it, but he just said you don't do that. I would like to see you do that someday. And I channeled that
Yep.
for a scene. And when I thought about it the next day, I thought, you know what? There was no better place for me to do that than right there with everybody that I know and respect. You know, it was the perfect setting to explore vulnerability, to portray that way with people that I know
Yeah.
and respect. And it was I think that was the hardest. That was the hardest scene that I think I've done for a very long time. Just because I had to keep up, I had to keep that up. I had to keep it up all night, and so that
Right.
was. And once in a while, when the camera goes off, you joke around a little bit and you snap out of the vulnerability, but then you got to get right back into it. And but
Yeah.
um, but no, it was an absolute joy working with you, Bernard. And I tell you what, as a director, you did outstanding.
Well, thank you
We
very much,
had
man.
we had we had somebody new, a Miss Miranda Masso, who is
Yes.
new on the scene here in Cincinnati in cinema. And sometimes a director needs to step up and direct and help an actor out. And boy, you certainly did. And you can tell that she was responding to everything that you were saying because she ended up doing great.
She
She did
did.
wonderful.
She did.
So
She
yeah,
did. And I'm still learning, and thank you very much for all those those words. And I mean, I can say the same for you. Like, with I've seen you work in so many other like local films here,
oh
and
yeah,
heard you share about your experiences, and I was like, man, I long to work with this guy. And so when I saw the opportunity, I knew it was like it was without question that Chris was the first person that I thought of, that I was like, he's going to be I'm going to be working with him on this project. There's nobody else that I really am going to aim to go out for like before him. So when I was writing, no, before I even started writing, he was telling me like like I got to play the bad guy. Remember that? He's like
oh yeah,
I got to
yeah.
play that the
Use
villain.
use people to their strengths.
Those
Yeah,
were your words. You said that use
yep.
them to their strengths. And
Now is
I
not the
was
time to experiment.
it really wasn't.
No.
It really wasn't. But in my mind, I was like, I don't want it. I don't want him to be just that one character that I see him being used as in other films.
Yeah.
Meaning, like I want a complete arc. So it was like I was like I want him to people to fall in love with him, and
Yeah.
I want the people to be afraid of him, and some people to be kind of like emotionally uncertain. I don't want
Yeah.
people to be hating Frank, and I don't think that people will even watch this film and be like, "I hate this guy" because of what
Yeah.
happens to him. You're gonna be like, "Oh my god!" Like I feel for everybody in this
Yeah.
situation. It sucks.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Yeah,
I
and
totally
you
agree.
and you did it. I mean, like you
Oh well, thank
captured
you.
that whole art beautifully. And I'm looking forward to doing the next piece with you that you sent me the script for, and that's going to be coming up.
Oh, that
Uh,
one that I sent you today,
yes,
the first ever slanted brow comedy sketch.
yep, it's going to be it's going to be great.
You really
Oh
gotta
man,
really gotta overemphasize everything.
everything. Oh, this
So yes.
technology is scary, man.
Do what?
I said this technology is frightening.
It is. It is frightening. You know what's even more frightening? We haven't had one comment about how we look.
Well, I mean, we've had up to about maybe 6 people at one time, and I don't know if people were like,
Dude,
is this
that's
real?"
not the
Or
Slanted Brow show I signed up for.
I'm not used to these faces. Where are these faces coming
Oh,
from?
your real face showed for a second. Oh, see, so will it?
Oh,
Oh, so now people will know what we really look like. Oh well. Oh, hey, Pamela says, I think y'all look great. This is hilarious. Well, thank you, Pam. You know, we thought we'd come here tonight and have a serious discussion.
very serious discussion. So speaking of which serious discussion, let's just do a hard U-turn. I'm talking like slam on the brakes, go in reverse.
Okay.
And let's jump into the territory of well, let's finish up the cancellation culture.
Oh,
Cancel.
yeah. We were talking about that.
We were.
Hmm.
So picking up where we left off at, where do you want to continue from?
Well, so Bernard and I had a conversation this morning,
Yes.
you know, chatting with each other.
Yep.
And I think it all stems from the whole recent Dave Chappelle thing, where what was it earlier this week? You know, you had said something about Dave Chappelle, and my response to it was, well, you know, I mean, he's clearly capitalizing on it. I think Netflix is capitalizing on it too, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but putting all that aside, the thing that I found funny about it is that here's Dave Chappelle saying, "Oh, I've been canceled." Oh no, what was it that he said? A direct quote. So this is what it feels like to be canceled, is what he said. I think maybe last week, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking to myself, I heard that in the car, and I'm thinking to myself, really, you're canceled? Because I'm just nobody driving around the Midwest, and I'm listening to your voice saying, "So this is what it's like to be canceled." Well, that doesn't seem very canceled to me, because
Right.
you're still on the air.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? So that got me thinking, well, then who actually has been canceled? Because I brought up a good point kind of to
Yeah.
myself, because I thought, well, and I know we've talked about it before on the show. Um, but then that got me to thinking, I'm like, well, if you're canceled, then like I shouldn't hear from you, I guess. I don't know. But I still do. And so my question to Bernard earlier today was, who then, with that, who then this past year or 2 years, I don't care, have truly been like canceled? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Yeah.
if we're still talking about you and you're still on the news, I don't think you're canceled. I I think what you did, if it was, if I agree with it or not, whatever it was you did, put you in the limelight. And there's, I mean, are we duping ourselves? Because I don't think it's the celebrities duping us into believing that. There's a part of me, and I thought about this later in the shower, because as we all know, great thoughts come from the shower. For all you young upstart script writers, go take a shower.
Go take a shower.
The
Hit the
story,
showers.
the story will come to you.
Yep.
So anyway, so I was in the shower and I was thinking about it, and I thought, well, I can't really be frustrated on the celebrities, because they're not the ones that coined the whole cancel culture phrase. Who is? Well, we are, the public. The public started this whole craze of, we're going to cancel you. So really, they're not duping us. I think we've duped ourselves into believing that we've canceled someone when in actuality what we're doing is doing the complete opposite of what we said we wanted to do. I don't know. I confuse myself with it anymore, but it's just like, So that's my 2 cents on it. And
Yeah.
then, but you made a point too.
Yeah. My point was that I think what people, I don't know. I think like the term cancel culture is almost like it goes in hand in hand with a celebrity that may have like a television show, and then all of a sudden they may do something or something that may surface, and then all of a sudden their show is canceled.
Yeah.
And out and off of that, I mean, with that being their bread and butter, Hollywood doesn't want to deal with them anymore, and it's almost like society is making it to where they can't make a living, and we don't want to hear from you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a person like Roseanne Barr,
Okay.
another good example.
Yep.
She was caught saying some things that were not savory, and
No.
and and
No, they
she
weren't.
and she not backpedaled on it, but it was kind of like, like, yeah, I said it and I shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. But here's the thing with cancel culture. Cancel culture does not want to hear I'm sorry. It could care less about I'm sorry. It doesn't care about reform, any of those things. As I told you, Chris, earlier, I said a boycott does, a strike does, a
Yeah.
person that is looking for change and then we'll play again. That's different from cancel. Cancel culture's purpose is to completely erase you from the past, shut you up in the present, and take away your future. That's how cancel culture is supposed to work. And like you said, maybe we're tricking ourselves. But if you look at Hollywood, they've been doing that for the longest, and that's called blackballing. You've been blacklisted.
It is. Yep.
You
No,
know,
you got me there. That is blackballing.
and so like, and producers will tell some people you'll never work in Hollywood again. So it's like we find ourselves now in that position saying you'll never work in Hollywood again. Like that's what cancel culture is basically summed up to me as. It's like we have the power to make you not have another, to have the ability to be able to work in Hollywood, or give you the platform to be able to voice your opinion or to voice your existence anymore.
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Roseanne, well, I mean, she's got kind of a long history of messing up bad, like
Like the Star Spangled Banner.
really bad. Oh, that was just one of them. Screwing that up and then grabbing her crotch before she walked off the classy person as she is, But and I was never a fan of hers, but I don't know.
But I get what you're saying, because it was like I never watched the Roseanne show. I never watched it ever in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I saw like the commercials and stuff like that, but like Bill Cosby was my cup of tea.
Oh, I watched the Cosby Show. Yeah.
So the thing with Roseanne, when all that stuff was happening, that put it in the spotlight for me. So now I was paying attention to her. So she was already like by default canceled in my mind, canceled in my world. I could care less if she came or go. But all of a sudden, I'm like looking at her now, like who is this woman? So I see how it relates to Dave Chappelle today, where it's like for some people, it was like Dave Chappelle. If we hadn't brought up the word cancel culture with Dave Chappelle, or vice versa, then he would just go off into the distance, like quiet,
Yeah, precisely. Charlotte would like to know. She would love the app for this.
Okay, let me type it in here. It is. What did I say it was? Let me see. Let me type it in. It was. Oh, here it is. I found it. Go ahead. Paste it in here for you. Mm-hmm. There you go. It is free for Mac and PC.
Yeah.
Go check
I'm using a Mac right now.
Yep.
Are you too?
Yeah, I am. I'm using the Mac.
You use a Mac too?
Yeah, man, Mac.
Sweet.
I love it. But yeah, and listening to Dave Chappelle and seeing what, okay, not even Dave Chappelle, looking at what had happened with so many other comedians who were saying things against various communities, they were forced to come back and apologize. You remember that, all that Twitter stuff,
Mhm.
um, and people felt that it was an attack on freedom of speech, and some people felt like, well, it's not an attack on freedom of speech. You just have to, be polite. You just
Yeah.
can't be out there saying whatever you want to say. That's rude. But it's like when you look at what Dave Chappelle has done and what he has said, he said, "Oh, so this is what cancel feels like." I felt like that his statement was like, you know what, like I'm too big to be canceled. So I'm really like thumbing my nose up at the whole term and that whole world of, oh, you guys are going to cancel me? Oh, that's too bad. Well, I am canceled then. I'm the canceled comedian, blah, 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 blah. And now it's making the other comedians feel like, yo, I can do the same thing now. Because like you said, what is being canceled?
Hmm. Pamela makes a good point here.
Okay, let's pop it
It's
up.
Dave. Pretty much he makes fun of everyone. Yeah, he
Yep.
does. Um, I do not remember Don Imus.
Oh, was that? Oh, I remember him. He was that sports guy, right? And
Was
I
he?
think he said something about some black people, and it was, I think, on the air, like on radio, and it cost him his job.
Oh, was he the?
Right.
Oh, now I remember what he said.
Was it the lacrosse team or something like that?
He called the players nappy headed.
Oh,
It's exactly what he said. Um, I never watched the show,
yeah, me
to be
neither.
honest. Um, but then you see the yeah, you like, but then you watch the you you watch the actual part where he's slamming those girls, and I'm like, oh, what the heck? Seriously? Did you not know the camera was on and the mic was on and that millions of people are watching you?
Yeah, yeah.
Man.
Hot
No, and
mic.
you're right. You're right. That was stupid. Yeah. Did he
Yep.
really? I didn't know that.
Oh, he died in December. Okay, from
Huh.
complications of lung disease. Was
Hailed by
hailed by
some as
some.
a broadcasting pioneer. Huh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 I remember at the time of his death because there was a lot of people out there that was just like, oh, well, that's just too bad. Like they just didn't care.
Yeah.
That he passed because of some of the things that were coming out that he had said even after this.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
was pretty bad.
a real
Um,
pioneer.
real pioneer, right? Really
Yeah.
original. But
Yeah. Right?
you had some other cases out there where uh it was that one NBA owner, I think, or commissioner, or someone like Sterling or something like that, said he was audio taped by
Yes.
his wife,
Yeah.
and then
Ex-wife.
yes, ex-wife, and he referred to, I
Yep.
think, some of the players as like monkeys or something, like something crazy,
He sure did.
and it got out, and he got fired. Now, canceled? No, like people were not going to boycott the NBA, like they wouldn't dare do that. But as far as firing that guy, yeah, like he's not working
Mm-mm.
anywhere else like that. But he doesn't need to. He's rich.
Now you brought up Cosby, and you
Yes,
brought him up this morning.
I did.
And when I was a kid, I loved the Cosby Show too. I watched it every week. Ba, 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 da. I always used to dance, with the family, because they did their little dance. I always
Yep.
liked it. I used to love it that Cosby would play these jazz and blues tunes. When I was
Yeah.
young, I appreciated jazz and blues, and I loved it that was always incorporated into the show as well. His love of music. But okay, so then it went off the air, right?
Right.
So it's been a long time, and I really doubt that I thought about the show too much, and then all of a sudden, here's Cosby.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, in the news for a very different reason, but he's somebody else that people are saying he was canceled. Well, I mean, you can still go watch his shows. His show isn't being canceled. As far as him personally, I mean, every time something happens with his sentence, which didn't they make it lighter for some reason? It's like I don't know why, but even after that, it's like I hear about him every single time. I
Yeah.
hadn't. It had been a long time since I had heard about him, but now I hear about him all the time.
Yeah. And so here's the thing with Cosby. When all these allegations started coming up, people started backing away from him. So that's the first sign of
Yeah.
cancellation getting ready to happen. Is when you have your close friends and these stations that syndicate your show, they don't want anything to do with crap. They don't want that heat. So they
No.
start to kind of back away. And when the trial was going down and everything was coming forth, even colleges and some of the places that he was sending money to or had his name up, they took it all down. It was like, we don't want no more money from this from you anymore. Your organization, everything that you stand for is tainted now by this. So we don't. So we're separating, which also made sure that in the future he would have nothing else to do with these organizations ever again. So he was probably like the only one that I could think of that was really fully canceled. Like
Mm-hmm.
like Nick at Night pulled
Okay.
all of the shows down.
Okay.
Because
I see where you're going with that.
yeah,
So
so like
yeah.
so he was isolated. Like he was a
Yeah.
full blown isolated canceled of subject. Um, another person who could have been in the same situation as far as cancellation was R. Kelly, but the community was torn on that because it was like he has such great music. Some people was like, we're not playing his music at all anymore.
No.
You know, and in clubs and stores, anything that had to do with his music, people were like, I'm done with it because of who he is, and he's canceled, but he's not canceled because his music
Yeah.
is still out there. You know, but
Yeah.
imagine his music being gone. Like if Spotify dropped it, Tidal dropped it,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube dropped it. Like if everybody was to back away from R. Kelly, he would be a current day um, canceled person,
Yeah.
all the way canceled.
Which, by the way, Charlotte, thank you. He was freed from prison. His sex conviction overturned.
Yes,
Yes, because all those countless women couldn't have been right. No, and it wasn't because of that either. It was some other
it was a
technicality. And,
technicality.
and thank you, Charlotte, for reminding me about that cluster. Yeah, they threw out his sexual assault. Yeah,
Yeah,
brought the
now
case.
it doesn't mean that he
Hmm.
didn't do it.
No,
It's just
no, because we all know he did.
it's just like it's just that the court plays games, you know, and they have these
Yeah.
rules, and if you have enough money and a good lawyer, they'll find a way to get you off.
Hmm.
Just ask
You
Trump.
know, you know what I want to do though now?
What's that?
I want to turn from something so depressing like cancel culture, and talk about the gala that's coming up in what, 2 months? 2 months from now?
Yes, yeah, we have the Black Cinema Award
Ooh.
show that's coming up. Black Cincinnati Cinema Awards 2021. It's the first of its kind.
Woo!
And I'm super excited to say that it's going to be happening on Saturday, December the 11th. And tickets are on sale now. You can go to b3conline.org, and that is b3conline.org.
Yeah,
And you
I
can
tried
get
to
your
go to
tickets there.
b3c.org and that just
Yeah,
didn't work.
yeah. But you can also go
Yeah.
to Eventbrite directly there and just search Black Cincinnati Cinema Awards 2021. You can find the tickets are available there. And also on Facebook, if you do the exact same search for that under events,
Woo
you'll be able to
woo.
find tickets available there. So it's going to be an amazing event. I can kind of give you a good rundown as to what's going to be happening that night because some people's like, well,
Okay.
I
You know,
don't know what's going to be
I
happening. But
well, I was
uh,
thinking I was thinking of getting a VIP ticket.
oh, that would be That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
I
I
want
ha-
my free drink.
oh, you get drinks, sir. You get 2 drinks.
Ooh.
Yeah. So when you arrive and you walk in, you will find yourself getting a bracelet that will be your entrance. So you're not going to get that little tear off paper thing. You're going to get something that you can keep forever
A
as a record.
keepsake.
Yeah, a little keepsake, and the keepsakes get even better. But from there, when you go into the registration area and you pass through, there's going to be like a red carpet area where you can get pictures taken. Then there's going to be a second red carpet area where you can be
Oh.
interviewed. So people are going to be asking you questions like, who are you and why are you here and what are you looking forward to, blah, blah, blah. So you can, let's say if Chris was to walk through, he'd be like, I'm an actor. They'd be like, oh, great. Like, tell us what you acted
Oh.
in and all that type of stuff. So everybody's going to have a chance to get the red carpet treatment. And from there,
You know what? I was thinking of possibly renting a tux for this thing. I was thinking about
dude,
it.
I'm looking for something that classy for myself as
Hmm.
well. This is a black tie affair, folks. This is not your regular run of the mill type show up in a nice outfit. Like you are bringing out the pearl necklaces. You're bringing out the top shelf cologne, perfumes, all
I
that
don't
stuff.
have top shelf cologne.
Neither do I, but
Yeah. No.
I might go to Macy's and say, hey, can I
Okay.
try that out real quick and just
Yeah, there
spray
you
it on you
go. We'll all
and
go
then
to
show up
Macy's in our tuxedos
and
and
ask for
try out some
samples.
colognes. Yeah.
You're
So
so cheap,
we'll smell expensive.
super expensive. And
Yeah.
so and so from there you can take the elevator or the stairs up. But when you get up to the second floor, because there are 3 floors, people.
Hmm.
3 floors. So the first floor is where the red carpet, all that stuff is going to be happening. Then the second floor where you can get drinks. There's going to be a drink bar there. We will also have food in another section of the floor. And then there's going to be another section that's going to be dedicated to photography, so photos. So you can go there and have some nice backdrops, nice sceneries, nice props like cameras. People can pose with like cameras. They can pose with like little slate clapboards. They can have all these different props that's related to filmmaking there to be able to take pictures with. And then we're going to have Polaroid cameras that are there. So when you take a picture of yourself, you can take that Polaroid picture and take it over to this wall where you can pin it up there. And we're going to like do something real special with that whole
Do
wall.
they
So
still make Polaroid cameras?
they do.
I didn't know they still made. Do you still have to shake it?
You still have to shake it. Yes. Yes, which is amazing because I was like, okay, people are going to be taking selfies. Like we're so used to the digital world, but what about taking it back to like film, like literal, like it was film cameras back then. So
Hmm.
I thought that would be a really nice touch. So people going to have that extra layer. Instead of being like instant, selfie and then post it up online, this is
Yeah.
going to be an instant Polaroid posted up on a real wall, people post up in a real wall and write on it like a real message. So it's gonna be really,
Hmm.
really exciting. And then after that, we're gonna have the ceremony. Oh well, let me back up. We're gonna have a live band there. So the live
Oh,
band's gonna be playing some nice like jazz music, like big
nice.
time band music and stuff like that. And then they're gonna have 100 seats. Now I will say this: space is limited because of COVID restrictions. We're
Yep.
only allowed to sell 100 seats, and so far we have about about say about 80 or so, and I know it's going to start picking up because it's starting to pick up now. Because people likes to wait until the last
Yeah.
minute, and then
Yeah.
once it hits the news, it's really going to pick up. So we don't want people to wait till the super last minute. Next thing you know, it's like
Well, tell me before you hit WCPO so I know to get my ticket.
yeah, we are going to hit WCPO. We're going to hit Channel 19. We're
Love
going to hit 5. We're
WCPO.
going to hit 12. So
Channel 9.
yep, we're going to hit all of them, all of the stations. We're going to also put out some paid ads, so tickets are going to go pretty quickly. But also, we're going to have an award ceremony. So we have 5 people that we're going to be honoring that evening.
I saw that.
And these people have worked within the film industry and have done it with great integrity over the past, few decades, even. and we just want to give them their roses while they are still here. And then we're going to be rolling out also the new website. So we have a new website, revamp, new logo, also that's going to be revealed that evening. And then after that, there will be more things such as movies. We're going to show a couple of films that evening. We don't know which ones as of yet, but people have an opportunity to be able to submit um, uh,
Karma,
a film, and we're going to be showing them that
Jumper
evening.
Guy.
Jumper Guy. Well, here's the thing. I would have done Jumper Guy, but these movies are to be never seen before, so they're going to be debuting and premiering that evening.
Oh,
So that's going
okay.
to help drive
I get
sales and
it.
drive people to come out. So it's going to be on a big
I get
screen
it.
and all that type of stuff. So it's going to be really, really awesome.
All right.
And then we're going to have a guest speaker. We have our eyes set on this guy. His name is Mark Harris, and he does filmmaking out in Chicago. But he also
Nice.
is a great speaker, really inspirational, and he has had some real success having some stuff on Netflix. And he has like a Netflix connection, like an in. And he's always like, "Listen, if you guys ever create anything that is a
Nice.
full length feature and is great, let me know. I know how to get it on Netflix. I know how to get it before the right people." And I'm like, "Oh,
Well,
well, let's
then we
let's
should
talk."
actually start doing that then.
Yeah, for sure. So
Well, you
then
heard
we're
it
gonna
here first, folks.
yes, you did. Yeah, you heard it here first. So we're gonna also have closing out the evening with dancing, food, celebration. So everything is gonna happen all within like 3 hours. So this is like a 3 hour event. Oh, and then when you
That
leave,
is a jam-packed 3 hours.
it is a jam pack. It's going to go by so fast, folks. Like you don't want to show up late and be like, "Oh, did I miss the part?" Yes, you missed because we're going to start on time. We're not going to wait until people show up. It's like you're either there or not. This party is going full blast, full throttle,
Yeah.
kick out all the brakes.
Eh.
And then the swag bag. The swag bag you're
Oh,
going to
I
get.
saw there's a swag bag.
Yes, you're going to get a shirt. You're going to get a coin. It's going to be like something similar to this. I'll show
See
you
my
guys.
cartoon Happy shocked face?
What? A coin? Yes.
Swag bag.
So you get something similar to this, where it's going to be like the new logo on there, and it's going to also have on the other side like the year, all this cool stuff. It's going to have the logo, all this type of stuff on there. What else do we have in our swag bag? Oh yeah, we have
Swag.
drinking glasses. So you get a B3C cup, you get a B3C shirt, you get a B3C coin, and I think it's a couple other things I can't remember. But all those things, you'll definitely have an opportunity to utilize. So it's not going to be just stuff
Autographed
you'd be
copy
like,
of Jumper Guy.
you know what? Shameless plug. Like, so, who put Jumper Guy in all these bags?
It
Totally right.
was me
So
that snuck in hours before the event,
right.
citing
So
Frank on a whole bunch of copies.
signed by Frank. Frank with love, and then watch be a ton of cars out there that won't start.
Yeah, right? Oh,
That's
man.
scary.
Well, that's going to be a good time, man. That is going to be a good. Now, Pamela says, "I wish I lived in Cincy."
Yeah,
Well,
we do too.
you don't have to live here to go to it. I mean, you could always go to it. Fire and ice all the
Yes.
time for me, huh?
Oh, I
I
want to
think
go
that's
back.
was that in reference to our lack of smell good stuff?
Yes, you can't go wrong with that. But but Charlotte, she made some good points here. I want to dive back just real quick.
Okay.
She said CBS it will permanently cancel Don Imus morning radio show in response to racist and sexist comments he made on the program. The moves come after advertising pulled out and MSNBC canceled its television simulcast
Simulcast.
of the show. Yeah, so again, like I said, they're stages to cancellation. Once people start backing away from you, like sponsors and stuff, that's not going to be good. She said the decision follows growing protest against the controversial host. Imus was joking with a producer on the air last Wednesday. This is, of course, copy paste from when it happened,
Yeah.
when he called the Rutgers women's basketball team.
Oh,
Many
there
of
you
those
go.
members are black nappy-headed hoes. Dude.
That would,
Dude.
yeah.
And then for Cosby, said Cosby's first trial in June of 2017 ended in a mistrial. Cosby was found guilty of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault at retrial on April 26, 2018. And on September 25th of 2018, he was sentenced to 10 years in state prison and fined 25,000 plus the cost of prosecution, which was 43,611. And then Bill Cosby free from prison, his sex
Yeah.
conviction overturned. And
Yeah. Yeah.
then it says Pennsylvania's highest court threw out Bill Cosby's sexual assault conviction and released him from prison Wednesday in a stunning reversal of fortune for the comedian, once known as America's Dad, ruling that the prosecutor who brought the case was bound by his predecessor's agreement not to charge Cosby, which I don't understand that. Like that doesn't it's like confess, but we're not going to do anything.
Yeah, right.
But you confess. It's like what
Yeah.
that's the ultimate slap in the face when it comes to justice because of everybody else who confessed and they had to face the consequences.
That is correct.
Yeah. Oh man, our justice system is screwed up, folks.
Mm.
Just don't do anything dumb or stupid to get yourself before those people because they will play and toy with your life.
What's 2 hours, Pamela? What's 2 hours?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's only 2 hours.
Yeah, Cincinnati has tons of lovely hotels.
Oh yeah, and Airbnbs.
Yeah, especially if you're downtown with us. There's some great hotels downtown.
Yeah, there are. There are. Charlotte said they called the Me Too movement, which I remember that. That was that was like Jason out there, Voorhees, slow walking people down. Like I'm gonna get you. You may have thought you got away with it, but we're gonna get you.
Earlier you had alluded to another short film we're going to be working on together.
Yes, let's talk about it.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's fair to say that this is something we're going to work on. So, man, a long time ago. This is way back in season 1 when we were talking about. Oh, I love your glasses.
Thank you, by the way. Yeah.
When we were talking about the possibility of doing our own comedy sketches.
Yep.
And we had come up with some ideas that we all thought were pretty funny. But then I wrote this script. Oh. And the script, I think it's a dark comedy, maybe a little bit. It is.
It's dark.
Because I wrote it. So it's going to be a little bit dark. And it's going to star all 3 of us.
Yep.
Our third one, of course, being Shakina Renee, who is not with us tonight. Ooh, love the cartoon look.
Oh, yeah, anime style.
Oh, nice. But, yes, it's going to star all 3 of us. And we're going to, you know what? If all 3 of us are in front of the camera, who's behind the camera? Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
Well, we don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll always figure it. There's always there are ways.
There are ways. So we'll figure it out. Oh, so no, that's gonna. You know what? One thing we didn't talk about.
What's that?
What's been good?
Yeah, what's been good? We
we
have like 5 minutes left. So we can end on that because it's a good note, right?
We did. We can. Do you have something that's been good?
Yeah. I got this new banana headdress on.
Dude, everybody looks great with a new banana headdress, especially when they're new.
Right.
You can't let them sit around too long. They get all icky and
nasty,
moldy, fall aparty.
Fall aparty.
Well, they do.
That
just after a while, they start to ooze in on themselves.
That sounds very much like an alien egg.
Maybe that's what bananas are.
Mmm. Let them sit
Alien
long.
eggs.
Alien eggs.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I tell
So
you, no. Go ahead. What's been good?
no. So I say what's been good for me is that I'm grateful that I still have work. You know, like a lot of people may not know, I work for myself and have been working for myself for years.
Yep.
And as an entrepreneur, uh, some people may not know, but bills don't stop. You know, being an entrepreneur, especially during COVID, I didn't have anything like necessarily unemployment to go fall back on. I know there were things that the government was handing out, but luckily I didn't have to reach out to the government for that type of handout. Work actually picked up, you know, because everything went to video, and that was my world. So I was getting contacts left and right from organizations, individuals that needed my assistance. So
Mm-hmm.
I was able to continue to make even a better living, and more doors opened up. So I said all that to say that, you know, this week it's still the same. You know, still doing some work, still editing, producing more for myself, working with people like Chris on not just the slanted brow idea, but the other idea that she had with, I don't know if you want me to share the name or anything like that, but
Oh,
the premise. But
residual.
um, yeah,
Oh, I know which one you're
yep,
talking about. No,
yeah,
we'll no, I know which one you're talking about, and I've got January, February in mind for that.
okay, yeah. So
Hmm.
I'm really grateful to be able to be working with some really awesome people. The film community here in Cincinnati, man, is just, you guys rock.
Isn't
Seriously,
this film community great?
bro. It's like it's the best.
Yeah,
I mean, like it literally is the best. Like I would have never imagined to have met so many great, cool people in
yeah.
this community, and it's only going to get better. Almost going to get. It's only going to get better.
I know, right? Oh, it's almost 10. Well, that's
Oh
okay, Charlotte. We're done at 10.
yeah, good. Yeah, we are. So with that being said, I'm gonna shut up. Chris, go ahead and take us out. What's
Well,
been good?
well, mine what's been good isn't anything like a brand new banana hat.
Oh
I know, right?
yeah.
No, I'd have to say my what's been good is we have, and I know this sounds like people will say, really, that's your what's been good. We have we're going to be leaving town again in November. We've decided. We enjoyed getting out of Dodge for a week. Do you remember that last April? We went down to
Oh
Florida.
yeah.
So this year, we're taking the we're taking the boy away from school,
Yep.
and we're going to go to the mountains in November.
Wow. So you're just straight getting up and just
Yeah,
just.
yeah. Ah, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Oh, that one did nothing. Just a second.
Oh no, my head. These are great. For those who are wondering what app we're using here, let me post it on here one more time. It is the Snap Camera .snapchat.com,
Hmm.
where you guys can go and check that out.
And we've been having far too much. What is this? What I don't even what I
Oh,
don't even know what I look like on that. What
oh. What's that? Your vintage poster?
I don't know. I I have absolutely no idea.
I think we're on the same one, but for whatever reason, it made me into like a woman.
Did it?
Yeah, like I look like I went through some type of change.
I am a cat. No, I'm not.
Oh, baby face.
Baby money. Oh, that's
Oh
funny.
God. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We're not gonna hold you any longer. We thank you guys for tuning in to the Slanted Brow Show. I am Bernard Fields here
I
with
don't
the
even know
one.
why
What?
that was a guy. There was some kid looking down at me.
That was weird.
Gavin Brick? What is this? Gavin Brick, it says, by
Oh
Landon.
God.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't I have no idea either.
I don't know.
Oh well.
I don't know. But this is just too much fun.
It is. It's way too much fun, and things should never be this fun.
They
So with that
shouldn't
being
be.
said,
I'm gonna
we're
adjust
out.
the tracking on my VCR real
Oh,
quick.
that's bad. That's pretty bad.
I know, right? Should have been
Jeez.
thinking about this before. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
No, seriously, that is weird. Just some kid looking down at you,
That is very suspect.
isn't it? It's on there. Look at it.
Okay, maybe yeah.